Today, we're diving into a serious topic, the rise of codeine usage in South Africa and the effects it has had on the country and its youth.
Substance abuse among the youth remains a challenge. Now a new concoction is rearing its ugly head. Young people are mixing fizzy drinks with codeine cough mixtures. Dubbed lean, as it makes people unable to stand up straight. It's highly addictive and is known to lead to death.
Before we go into how lean became popular in South Africa, I have to give you guys a background of where lean comes from and how it got popularized by hip-hop culture. Hip-hop as a whole has had a strong pull over those who engage with it. We wear pricey high-top sneakers, snag our jeans, and even when you aren't carrying a weapon. And more lately, we go to the pharmacy to get a cheap ingredient for a drink that is known on the streets by several names, most frequently purple drank or lean. Codeine, a powerful opioid also known as liquid heroin, found in cough syrups, has gained notoriety worldwide. In the United States, the company activist Allco used to make codeine syrup, but they had to discontinue making the syrup due to its potential for abuse. All codeine syrup products were banned, leading to a significant decrease in availability and a high demand from users. While this move was not without controversy, it aimed to address the growing problem of codeine abuse. FDA spokesperson said this move was to protect public health and safety by restricting the availability of codeine-based cough syrups. The only way to get lean in the USA is to get it from dealers in the streets. 2 Chainz blames Justin Bieber for the banning of activists.
Justin Bieber and a few other artists of high caliber started getting caught with this kind of drink.
Okay, hold on. Justin Bieber got caught with activists. We did not know that. Let's make some noise for Justin Bieber being a nigga. He's a nigga. Justin Bieber, you are officially a nigga. Go ahead.
Lean is thought to have developed in Houston around the 1960s when the blues musicians would take Robitussin and cut it with beer. Later, when wine coolers came onto the market, they substituted for beer. Lean was made popular by Houston producer DJ Screw, who is often credited with being the inspiration behind the chopped and screwed hip-hop music genre. The promethazine and codeine mixture first became well known in Houston's underground hip-hop scene, where rapper Big Hawk said it was used as early as the 1960s and 1970s, before being more widely accepted in the first few years of the 1990s. In Houston, rap musicians used it, which led to increased popularity in the 1990s. Fast forward to a few years later, the greatest of all time of hip-hop, Lil Wayne, is going through hair loss and epileptic seizures because of the abuse of lean. Back when he was pretty much the best commercial rapper alive, he used to pay a guy to hold his double cup of lean as he went about his day. American rapper Future talked about quitting lean in a 2019 interview and said he was scared his fans would think his music had changed if he had acknowledged quitting earlier. After hearing that American rapper Juice WRLD had said that Future had inspired him to attempt leaning when he was younger, Future expressed dissatisfaction. According to Future, it's like, oh shit, I wonder how many other 6th graders that I persuade to consume lean.
I didn't want to tell nobody I stopped drinking lean. I didn't want to tell because I felt like, damn, they're going to be like, oh, his music changed because he ain't drinking lean no more. Oh, I can hear it when he changing. It's just like, and people are like, damn, why you don't even say it? It's like, but it just be hard when your fans so used to you a certain kind of way, is that certain persona. You be afraid to change. You be like, you're afraid if they not gonna even accept me.
Now that you guys have an idea of where lean, aka purple drank, aka walk, aka this drink has many names. Now that you guys have an idea of where it comes from, let's talk about South Africa and the insane amount of lean usage this side. It would be simplistic to say that hip-hop is solely to blame for young people's affinity for codeine. We live in South Africa, the land of very few opportunities and great disadvantages. In any township you go to, you find 2 things, a church and a tavern. Both offer a means to escape the harsh reality of living in South Africa. At church, you're offered prophecy and the idea that things can only get better if you pray hard. The rest of us heathens opt to dull the pain with chemical aids, liquor, or, given that it is so much cheaper, codeine. You don't need to get your lean from dealers in South Africa. Most pharmacies all around South Africa sell codeine syrups. Some pharmacies require your ID and users are only allowed to purchase 1 bottle per day. But most pharmacies in South Africa don't abide by this rule because some individuals go as far as buying 17 bottles at one go.
A former dealer showed us how easy it is to buy codeine from a pharmacy. He bought 17 bottles of Bronclear in one transaction. No questions asked.
The most popular syrups are benylin, codeine, stopain, bronclear, and saltopane. Stopain being the most popular of them all and first preference for users. According to Vice, lean is consumed more in Zimbabwe than in South Africa, where they sip the syrup lean, like neat, without any dash or anything. Young users mix their codeine with a soft drink, the most popular being Sprite or Mountain Dew, but I've seen that most users prefer to buy a 2-liter Kingsley instead because it costs more or less 13 Rand. Yes, it's cheap and reasonably priced, but the amount of sugar that's in this drink is crazy. Drinkers lean is usually paired with smoking weed, and some users drop in jelly babies so they soak in the chemicals. You then eat them afterwards, which gets you more fucked. Imagine what an impact the sugar you're consuming from the lean will do to you in the long run, because the stopain is sweet. The soft drink you mix with is probably sweet as well. Then you add sweets on top of that, like Jolly Ranchers, for added sweetness. Most users repeat this process on a daily basis. Lean is also not expensive like in the USA. Bronclear is about 37 Rand a bottle and stopain is about 24 Rand. These prices depend on where you stay, and these prices are what these bottles sell at pharmacies. In the black market, a dealer sells their bottle for 50 Rand each, unlike in the USA where a pint of lean can set you back about $5,000 a bottle. There's a warning label that states that these medications can cause sleepiness and drowsiness, but users choose to ignore this and drink over their prescribed dosage. The idea of lean is to fight the urge to pass out, which gives users a strong high. Users are put under a potent daze in between wakefulness and sleep. Most lean users are music producers and rappers or any creative artists, so they use the high from the lean to do their creative work. But since lean is a downer, the urge to pass out will soon catch up to you and you will have no choice but to pass out. This drowsiness or feeling of tiredness gets worse when you've been smoking weed while sipping. The normalization of lean in music and social media led to a significant increase in its consumption amongst the South African youth. As with most pop cultural trends, US rappers' profanity for singing about codeine has filtered across to Mzansi. In 2014, one of the hardest local duos came into the light. Java and Saudi gave us the street classic Vura over a DJ City Lights production where on the second verse, Saudi made reference to the famous drink. On the song Plug by MT, he spits, "I'm dripping, I'm sipping, I showed love to the streets." Locally, MT has become somewhat of a poster boy for lean. In fact, MT apparently doesn't drink alcohol, but his liking for the sweet tonic was behind the social media slip up on the Instagram live last year when he accidentally revealed his penis. After this, he told the media that he no longer drank this highly addictive beverage. There was a live show where he performed at, and he collapsed while he was on stage trying to perform. He blamed it on the stage being too small and that he didn't watch his step. Another reason why MT could have been seen as a poster boy for lean was because of the hit that he made back in 2014, Roll Up. He was seen holding styrofoam cups, which are commonly known to be used when sipping lean, because it is believed by lean users that the double cup method helps keep the drink cold because all the heat from your hand is absorbed by the first cup, keeping the lean cool in the second cup. I wonder who came up with this logic. I just thought that people used double cups because they looked cool. Lean Team is a group of local rappers whose entire approach is based on the drink. Their front runner, Flame, is also seen to be rapping about lean on the song Sweet Revenge and many other songs. Ambitious Records wouldn't let Saudi or Java speak to us about their affinity for the drink. This scheme is probably a story of Saudi's reality, and he rhymes about it proficiently and proudly, even if he may be unaware of how his verse could be interpreted or how aspects of it are being copied within the youth. Now let's talk about the effects of lean, specifically the codeine ingredient contained in the syrup. It's crucial to understand the risks involved. Lean users take about 20 to 25 times the recommended dose of cough syrup to achieve a euphoric state, characterized by excitement followed by drowsiness and disconnection from the body. Codeine and promethazine in the cough syrup are responsible for the desired effects of lean. Codeine is an opiate that activates receptors in the brain and the spinal cord, leading to pain relief and the release of dopamine, resulting in euphoria. Continuous use can lead to tolerance and addiction. Codeine overdose can cause respiratory depression, sedation, nausea, vomiting, decreased heart rate, decreased blood pressure, and, in severe cases, death. Promethazine blocks histamine receptors, providing sedative and anti-allergy effects. It contributes to the drowsy and relaxed feeling in lean. Overdose can lead to central nervous system depression, low blood pressure, respiratory depression, unconsciousness, and silent death. Other negative effects of lean include brain damage, deafness, constipation, and paleness. Mixing lean with alcohol is dangerous, even when taking prescribed cough syrup. Some view lean as a gateway to prescription drugs such as Xanax and Mylins. Mylins are easier to get than Xannies. One tablet can go for as cheap as 5 Rand each. These are incredibly strong pharmaceuticals used to treat anxiety and pain, but truth be told, getting a prescription for them is laughably easy in South Africa. Some users take these in conjunction with purple drink, creating a terribly dangerous concoction. These pills make you numb to reality to a point where you become a zombie. Geek the fuck out. The effects don't end there. No, it causes memory loss. So for example, if I pop a Mylan or a whole bar of Xanax, I am going to forget all the moments I am going to have. And there's nothing I can do to remember these events that happened at the time of the high. A typical user of lean sips lean, pops a Mylan or a Xan, smokes weed, mixes the lean with the alcohol they're drinking if they do drink alcohol, and probably smoke guai as well. Making this video is making me realize that these drugs are going to be the end of the youth, not alcohol. So, what can South Africa learn from America's response to codeine abuse? Number 1 can be regulation. South Africa should consider strict regulation on codeine-containing products to limit their availability, but we all know that's going to be hard to implement because there are pharmacies and individuals that are benefiting from selling these bottles, but regulation can be a step in the right direction and find ways to hold pharmacies accountable. Number 2 can be education. There's a need for comprehensive drug education programs in school to raise awareness about the dangers of codeine and other substances, because I don't think that we're educated enough on codeine abuse and its effects. Number 3 can be treatment. Increasing access to addiction treatment services is vital for those struggling with codeine addiction. I have seen many interviews of rappers who complain about the withdrawal symptoms they experience when they stop sipping lean. The pain is so bad that users who are trying to quit are caught in the trap once again and go back to sipping. In conclusion, the rise of codeine usage in South Africa is a concerning issue that demands attention. Learning from America's experiences can help address this growing problem and protect the health and future of the South African youth. I didn't make this video to hate on the people that sip lean. If you are subscribed to my channel, you know that I make commentary type videos, but they used to be on creators and rappers in South Africa, so I took a different approach with this video because I wanted to talk about the rise of lean usage and drugs in South Africa. If you found this video informative, don't forget to give a thumbs up and share it with others. Stay tuned to my channel for more insightful content, and remember, knowledge is power. Thanks for watching. If you guys want to know about the rise of King Omar and how his Smash Your Pants videos made him gain over 1k subscribers daily since his first Smash Your Pants video, click on this video right here.